Good afternoon everyone. I know some of you might be thinking, who is this guy? And I'm here to ask, is your memory really that bad? I know it's been a while, but if it is, then quite frankly you've got no hope for this class. Contrary to popular belief though, tales of my death, kidnapping and or incarceration have been greatly exaggerated. I have in fact become a father, so the stuff I'm going to plug at the end of the lecture, yeah, that's kind of extra important now. Anywho's, let's get right back into things with an item from a title we've not covered before. Today we're looking at the Codex Umbra from Don't Starve. The Codex Umbra is put simply a book of dark magic and unknowable truths in the vein of the Necronomicon or Ogma Infinium. The book is full of rituals and mysterious texts, which when deciphered are capable of manifesting shadow creatures under the control of a summoner, presumably among other things. These rituals are not to be used lightly however, as they are known to take a huge toll on the reader's sanity. The Codex Umbra, Latin for Shadow Book, is a strange and mystical tome, known to hold at first illegible text capable of producing a variety of almost magical spells. Given time and extensive effort, the book can be deciphered, however to do so can be extremely detrimental to an individual's sanity. The most common use of the Codex is to summon what are known as shadow puppets, partially corporeal manifestations seemingly made up of shadow and subservient to the reader of the book. While it's entirely likely many more increasingly bizarre spells are present within the pages, it is believed that no one has yet unlocked them. Furthermore, it may be that it's completely impossible for any human to completely reveal the book's secrets, succumbing to madness long before they even get close. This would mean that the tome was never meant for mortal eyes, and is entirely intended for an unknown cast of peculiar creatures. Based on the apparent abilities of the book, its purported name and testimony from crazed users of it, the knowledge kept within the pages of the Codex may belong to a race of shadow creatures which dwell in a reality parallel to our own. There are many unknowns associated with the Codex Umbra, far more than solid facts, but what is known is that the first recorded occurrence of it is attributed to one William Carter, a failed British magician. History states that after moving to America to pursue his career, a down-on-his-luck Carter attempted to travel to San Francisco, but was involved in a presumed to be fatal train crash with a circus wagon. Having somehow survived, Carter discovered the Codex Umbra and began deciphering its secrets. While it could be just pure luck that he survived and found the book among the ruins of the circus wagon, some theories state that it was the book itself that ensured his survival, and in fact found Carter, intending to mould him for its own aspirations. Whatever the case, after a time where he was thought to be dead, Carter re-emerged, now going under the name The Amazing Maxwell, and began using simple tricks from the Codex in his magic performances. By this time his sanity would have been deeply affected by the text, with his grip on reality already waning. Continuing his shows and delving ever deeper into the book's content, Maxwell's lunacy continued to grow and he became paranoid of them, presumably the shadow creatures responsible for the eldritch knowledge his brain was unequipped to assimilate. Eventually he learnt so much that he was able to reach into the book and pull shadows from it, but on one fateful day, rather than pull anything from the book, he was pulled into it himself, into the mysterious realm known as the Constant. It is unknown exactly where the first known copy of the Codex Umbra originated, but it is unlikely that the one in the possession of Maxwell was the only version to ever exist. This can be confirmed by the fact that Codex Umbras are able to be crafted utilizing usual page material as well as nightmare fuel, potentially the souls or essence of nightmare creatures, and the blood or life force of a person creating it. However, nightmare fuel is only ever found within the Constant, so it's possible that Maxwell's copy of it was either sent to the real world by the shadow creatures themselves, or even brought through by someone once trapped there. The Codex Umbra is potentially one of the most important and enigmatic items associated with Don't Starve. What is most known about it is just how little we actually do know about it. While the ability to pull shadow manifestations from its pages is indeed impressive, in the grand scheme of things, it is a minor ability at best. What truly sets it aside from other artifacts is that its knowledge appears to be so great that it's beyond any human comprehension. From the fact alone that, for all we know, its most powerful spells could redefine reality as we know it, not to mention the difficulty for anyone in the real world to craft it, and simply its unknowable nature, the Codex Umbra has been given an artifact rating of extraordinary. Now, we do know for the most part what became of Maxwell, but it's hardly in line with what we're talking about today. So if you want any more information regarding that, then I guess go and bug the law store people down the road. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep up this course schedule, but don't be surprised if you get some unexpected free periods. Make sure you subscribe for more course content and become a Patreon to help me raise a child of all things. Have a great week, and I'll hopefully see you next time.